So good morning, this is CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology and Light on September 18, 2014. So let's get started. So good morning, welcome back to this class, day number 8 into the semester. This is week number 4, the last week for learning contract number 1. That means you have to submit the artifacts of this learning contract before the end of this Sunday. So you have something to do. Now remember, this week we're still in learning contract number 1 and the theme is inquiry-based learning, IBL. Now one of the topics we have been discussing since Monday is this: we are talking about information literacy, and on Monday we introduced to you the discover method of information literacy, and today we want to bring you closer to how you can apply information literacy in the context of your research assignment, which is the learning contract number 1. So what are we going to do? We would like to ensure that you know how to put things in order. So we would like to walk you through 3 important episodes of helping you to understand information literacy in your research assignment today. So we start with starting your research assignment. So get ready and get your mobile devices ready, because at the end of each episode I would invite you to do something along with our work today, which very much close to your learning contract number 1.
Hey there, welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the basics about acquiring the information literacy skills needed to deal with the research papers and assignments that will be a big part of your academic career here at Mercy, regardless of your major. First off, what is this information literacy business? Glad you asked. Information literacy is the ability to recognize, locate, use, and attribute valid and credible information sources, including books, journals,
It takes a while. You can see the bandwidth of the Wi-Fi is depleting with all the devices turning on. It's okay.
magazine and newspaper articles, and an ever-growing variety of multimedia sources. In this module, you will learn the importance of understanding your assignment, choosing a topic that fits the assignment, narrowing or expanding your topic, creating a topic sentence, and determining what kind and how much information you will need. Research assignments can vary depending upon your class and your professor. Well, let's say you've been assigned a 4 to 6 page research paper requiring 2 outside sources using either the APA or MLA citation styles. What does that mean? Well, it's like this. A research paper or project usually means you need to construct an argument or take a position, make a case for your chosen topic. To support your argument, you'll need to find and use outside sources of information. An outside source is any information that is not included in your course text or class readings. When searching for information to support your argument, it is very important that you select what we call authoritative sources, sources that have credibility and validity. This is where things can get tricky, because there is so much information available to you these days, especially on the internet. It's becoming more and more difficult to determine not only what is credible and what is bogus, but even where to start. Not knowing where to go or what to do can become very frustrating very fast, leading to that dreaded modern malady known as information overload and You don't want to go there. Let your librarians help you. Your foreman. Going any further into this, it's very important to understand the assignment and what your professor expects of you. If you are uncertain or unclear on any part of what's expected here, including how much time you have, get with your prof before pushing on, okay? All right, so I've got this 4 to 6 page paper to deal with. Where do you even start with this beast? A couple of points to consider when getting started. Always try to choose a topic that interests you. Whenever possible, choose a topic that is related to your major. For the purposes of this example, let's say you have chosen the topic of bullying for your paper.
What are you looking at, butthead?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That guy. Okay, we've got to start. We've also got a big and broad topic. What to do? First, let's break it down. Brainstorm ideas on the topic. Throw some ideas down. Don't worry about whether good, bad, right, wrong, useful or not, completely ridiculous. Just throw down some thoughts that come to you when you think of bullying. Maybe bullying in the internet. Read about that a lot. Maybe bullying in social media, Facebook, etc. Wait, there's a word for that, isn't there? Yeah, cyberbullying. Okay, making progress. Maybe something on cyberbullying and social media. Sweet, now what? Remember that in a research paper, you are creating an argument, staking out and defending a position on your topic. So what's next? Try taking your idea and putting it into a single topic sentence. For ideas to help you, Google or other search engines can be a great source. Search engines, as we'll talk about more in subsequent modules, have limited use as sources for academic writing like this, but they're a great source of ideas and a good place to start. For example, let's take a quick look around Google for cyberbullying and social media. Well, looky here. Seems cyberbullying and social media has caused suicides. That's some serious stuff. What's being done about this? What can be done? What should be done? Wait, do you feel the topic sentence coming on here? Maybe something like, what steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? Dang, we're good. Okay, here's what we've got covered so far. You understand your research assignment, what's expected of you, and how much time you have to do it. You've kicked around some ideas and boiled it all down to a topic, sentence, or question from which you'll develop an argument that will be your paper. You need to go and get 2 credible sources you will use to support your argument. In our next module, you'll learn about the open and closed web and how to use library resources to get the best sources for your paper. Oh, and those citation styles your professor is requiring? Don't worry about that just yet. We'll get to that too. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Excellent. Thank you very much for this excellent video produced by the Mercy College of the United States. Well, let's talk about this. You are supposed to finish submitting the artifacts of your first study contract by the end of this Sunday. This is your first research assignment, although we correct you need to do journals, discussions, forums, and then reports, and then writing a blog, and then producing proposals, and then providing at least 1 written minutes for the learning partner over the past 2 weeks. Okay, now what are we going to do? Let's try. Here we go. I'm going to write something in a public online discussion forum for week number 4. So I would like to know individually, what's your questions of interest? Well, you should have chosen your questions of interest by looking through the 4 reading lists in the past 4 weeks, including this one. You pick one question to be the journal, okay, you're supposed to submit by this Sunday. So I will give you 5 minutes time to respond to this question, okay? Copy and paste from the specific reading list, the specific question that you have chosen, and copy the first information item under that question that you have started doing your OIA. And then what more can be done? Write a simple topic sentence for your topic of interest. Okay? So we'll give you 5 minutes time to do that. You can talk to your learning partner. You can walk around, it's okay. And if you have a question you want to ask me, it's okay. But allow me to take attendance during this 5 minutes of your writing. Okay. So attendance for today. Richards, thank you. Ben, thank you. Ken, thank you. Tim, thank you. Kyotos, thank you. Cindy, thank you. And then Patty, thank you. Nickroy, thank you. Emily, thank you. Seato, thank you. Selena, thank you. Stanley, thank you. Margaret. Okay, thank you. Liu Ying, thank you. Chatting, thank you. Wilson, thank you. Sue is not here. Six, Calvin, thank you. CC, sick, I know this. Oh, sure. Mavis, thank you. All right. Vicky, thank you. And then Kathy, thank you. C, thank you. Junio, thank you. Jack, yes, thank you. Benson is not here today. Okay, Benson is here, all right. Janet, thank you. Anderson, thank you. Karim is not here today. And then Ivy, thank you. Thank you very much. Any person whose name is not Cole, all right. What's a topic of interest? You need to show me the topic of interest and show to the world. All right? So what's the first information item you have used? Explore your topic of interest. We'll give you time now to do that. At least 5 minutes. All right? To help you get organized. Yes, you're free to talk to your learning partner, and also if you want to walk around and talk to someone else, you're very much welcome. It's very simple. You just need to copy and paste the question and the first information item. Then you select under that question. And if you could, please write a topic sentence for your choice. Okay? You need to go to the reading list, okay? So under the block of each week, we have the reading list. Then you go to the reading list and you choose one question. That presumably is the question you have selected to explore for your first living contract artifact. Yes, we need to spend time doing this in class to get you used to doing things like this. I'm going to check how many of you have really posed your questions today. About 5 minutes. Okay, we got someone already succeeded in. Wow, that's very good. It's not easy to do it using a mobile devices. You see, when you have the mouse, when you do a copy and paste things like this, which is the information item you use, it should be a link here, okay? But when it is not indicated as a link, mostly you just reproduce it by typing. That is one thing that is considered as inconvenient for the mobile devices. It's very good. Did you see that it's very good? These indicate some of the interpretation questions. In the journal, we're expecting that in the interpretations area, you should produce something like this to further pinpoint the directions of explorations. All right? Very good. Yes, very good. very good.
Look at that one that's in there. It's repeatedly said. Free. It's okay. But it's all right because of the mobile devices. You see that? All right. It's all right. It's free. It's okay. It's free. Is this from reading this? You didn't get it from the reading this. This could be considered as one of the supplementary topics. All right. Now the rule of the game is you have to select one question from the reading list, and then you can use that question as the umbrella to provide information about your specific questions. Okay, and that is very important because the design of the courses, you have to look things up from the big question first. Okay, so that's very important. Very good. Because when we give you a grade, we need to make sure that you come up with the reading list, you come on the reading list, and then you provide individual questions under the interpretation sections of your journals, and then you can start looking for things. That's very good. We got quite a lot of good responses. Now, allow me to jump you back to the context for the second episodes of the video. Right? We need to finish 3 specific videos today to make sure we lock up information literacy. That's what is expected. Now then, I know what I want, okay? How do I find what I need? Now this is very important.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the difference between search engines and databases, how to develop a search strategy for your research paper or project, how to access databases using the library website, and how to use database tools to refine and focus your search. Ready? Let's get started. Search engines are open web-based search tools such as Google, Yahoo, or Bing that help you locate information available on the World Wide Web. You're probably very familiar with those. Databases use the internet to search for information too, but use a restricted part of the web to store information that is off limits to search engines like Google. This portion of the web is sometimes referred to as the closed or dark web, where search engines troll the free and open web where anyone can post anything. Databases search a much more controlled environment of information that has been checked for validity and reliability, what we call authoritative sources. The authority of the sources you use to support your research paper or project is crucial. If you think of your project or paper as building a house, your sources are its foundation. If your foundation is strong, the house is solid. If your foundation is weak, your house may collapse. Before we jump in on databases, let's do a bit more preparation. Another difference between databases and search engines is how you communicate with them. Where Google can gobble up whole sentences of natural language queries, databases relate better to what we call keywords, the essential terms in what you're searching for.
Most of us have already turned on our mobile devices, so we actually with the bandwidth of anything in this.
We're just dealing with databases. This is maybe the most challenging difference from a search engine like Google. But here's the upside. As you get a handle on databases, you will find that using keywords is one of the tools you can use to give you much more relevant and focused results. Think about it. When was the last time a Google search returned less than a gazillion results? Our natural language Google search on cyberbullying, for example, returned 539,000 results. Yeah, that's right. Fast track to information overload and, well, let's just say you got to get up real early to go through that many results. Let's look at our topic question. What steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? All right, let's break this down. Good. Now let's take these keywords and plug them into a database to see what happens. Let's start with a reference database. If your professor says, "No Wikipedia," for your research project, not to worry. Your library's got you covered. So let's take a look at Cradle Reference, a good reference database accessible from the library website, which you can reach from the Mercy College homepage, mercy.edu, then mouse over Academics, scroll down to Libraries, and that will take you to the library homepage. Then scroll down to the research column there in the center. Select Find Articles by Subject. This is a listing that's going to give you all of the databases by subject or your major. It helps you find which databases have strengths in a particular field. It also, off to the left, lists our most popular, our heavy hitters, which includes Cradle Reference, the big reference database. So, let's take a look to see how our keywords may fare in a database like this. So, we click on Advanced Search, which is going to give us a few more options, and we put in cyberbullying up top, because that's our main keyword. Then in an exact phrase, we can enter 2 words or more, and you see there's social media, but also there's social media or social networking, which is actually something that might give us a few more options on the return. So let's go with that, see what happens. Click search, and not an overwhelming number of results, but we did get 9. And as you see there, we have cyberbullying, we have cyber internet offenses, cyber stalking. That looks interesting. And then scrolling back up here, off to the left, just to point out briefly, you'll see how the database tries to focus these articles into a way that makes them easier for you to determine what you want. Let's click on cyberbullying just to see what it gives us there, and you see it gives us a little sort of introduction to the article. If that looks interesting, you can click on the link to give you the complete text. Over on the right side, right here, you'll see a number of little tools that are with every article. It will give you an email option, a PDF option, a save option, a share option. Down at the bottom, these are the citation styles that you can choose. You see you have an option of APA, MLA. So Cradle will also fix you up that way as well. Cradle Reference has given us a good start. Now let's check out one more database for a wider range of information sources. All right, now let's look at another database, a general purpose database, again accessible through the Mercy College homepage, mouse over Academics, down to Libraries, Then in the center column there, look for the second link to find articles by subject. Then the general listing off to the top left there. You see where we chose Credo last time. Now we're going to look at ProQuest All Collections. This is a database, actually it's 16 databases in one, and can be a nice one-stop shop for your article search. As you see, we have our keywords laid out there and ready to go. We have cyberbullying up top. We have social media or social networking as we used before. This time we have them placed within quotation marks, which will tell the database only bring back those words exactly as they appear within the quotations. I'm going to click on the full text, which will give us just that, and I'm going to leave everything else off. Click search. Let's see what happens. Well, 2,420 results, more than the 9 that Credo gave us, but less than the 569,000 that Google gave us. Also, you'll note over here on the right that ProQuest will bring back a number of different types of articles. And you see there the magazines, there are 118 magazines. I think I want to go there. I want to see what we have on these keywords in magazines that ProQuest found for us. So just scrolling down, looking for titles that may be interesting. And you see the keywords are highlighted there. Look at number 6. How to stop the bullies. Yes. Click on the title. It will bring you to the abstract page. The abstract is a summary of the article, which can be helpful. If that looks promising, then you can kind of scan the article there. You see there's the full text, and you can see where the highlighted keywords show up. If you prefer the PDF version, which will look more like a photocopy of the original, that's also available. And you see it has email, print, and the handy cite option. Click on that, and yes, ProQuest will cite that article in the style of choice. There's APA, there's MLA, whatever you want, you just tell it, it does it. You can also email yourself the article, which also offers you the opportunity to include at the bottom the citation in any particular style that you want. So, ProQuest will do this with every article. It's a very useful, very user-friendly database, and along with Credo, maybe all you need for your project. If you find you need more help, check the supplementary sources available in Blackboard, or ask a Mercy College librarian for help. Okay, here's what we've covered in this module. We've learned about the basic differences between search engines and databases. We developed keywords from our topic question to focus our database search. We accessed and searched 2 databases through the library website to locate valid, authoritative outside sources for your research project. And we learned that additional information is available through the module companion site, available through your Blackboard course, or asking the Mercy College librarian. In our next module, we'll learn about how to credit your outside sources and how to avoid plagiarism, which is a big dark hole you definitely don't want to fall into. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
So much better to have video like this to remind us that besides the electronic search engines that we often use, such as Google, such as Yahoo, or .find, and learned this last month, well, actually we have a library. The library at the University of Paris also referred databases like this, particularly the ProQuest database, together with any other scientific database. Well, why not make the best use of the library resources when you visit the library almost every day? Given the topic of interest, given the resources you have, go to the library, do a 15 or 20-minute search, and see how many extra references relevant enough for your use during your interpretation stage. And this is a very good illustration, and I believe it's done in a way that is very consistent with our intentions. So do the best you could. So what can we do now? let's come back here and see how many more do we obtain at this point. Very good, we got a lot. Wow, Andersons have gone to well beyond week number 4. You go to do e-government now, it's beyond week number 4, right? So make sure that you select the questions of interest from week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. In other words, do not miss anything good before you come to something that is considered good. And then, wow, that's very good. And, all right. So mostly as we did this. Very good. You're the champion of today. Next to sit in there. All right. So, Calvin and Gio, thank you very much. Right now, so let's come to a very important step in this one. Perhaps I need to give you some examples, or better say, database. Have you ever used a database in a university account? No, not yet. Have you ever gone to the library with a guy helping you to use the resources at the library when you're doing the English classes? Not yet. I think it will be good if we can organize some kind of tour to the library. See if we can take one day, say 1 hour to 1.5 hours, to go to the library and we'll invite someone just so it's around. Let me try to schedule one after the first meeting contract. That will be a very good trip. All right. So now then, you started out your research assignment. Say you have selected your topic of interest. You have done some research on the relevant references, and you have used the relevant references. Now remember, information literacy, you start with the need, you access the informations, you evaluate informations, and how you use them. So you need to give a shout out to your sources. The ethical standard requires each one of us to provide citations. So in the first 2 episodes, you saw something similar to that. And now let's come to this to make sure that you have everything that is expected.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn about plagiarism, what it is and how to avoid it, citations and bibliography, using and crediting outside sources in your own text, and the ALA and MLA citation styles. Ready? Let's get started. What is plagiarism? Well, simply put, plagiarism is taking someone else's work and trying to pass it off as your own. Now back in the day, the lines were more obvious. You took something that wasn't yours, it was stealing.
You realize what would happen if I hand in my homework in your handwriting? I'll get kicked out of school.
But in today's mashup culture, where sampling and sharing are commonplace, the lines have become much more blurred. In academic writing, though, using someone else's work without credit is still a no-no. A big no-no. A great, big, honking, ugly no-no. Plagiarism can get you busted in a number of ways, and none of them are good. Failing your paper, failing the class, put on academic probation, even expulsion from the college. In short, something to be avoided. As a rule of thumb to stay safe, anything in your paper or project that had any help or support from an outside source, credit the source. Let's take a look at the most common instances of crediting outside sources in your research paper or project that you're likely to come across. For this, let's call upon the fine folks at Purdue University's Online Writing Lab, or OWL. See how I just credited a source there? Okay, let's look at InText Citations, paraphrasing, summary, and quotations. A word on these acronyms and citation styles, APA, MLA. What do those mean? Well, APA and MLA are two of the most popular citation styles you'll be working with. APA is the style of the American Psychological Association and is used primarily in the sciences. MLA is the style of the Modern Language Association and is used primarily in the arts and humanities. As your academic careers progress and you get further into your majors, you may encounter other more specialized styles, but APA and MLA are the two most common. So let's take a quick look at how the OWL site can help you sort of cut through some of this confusion of how to format certain in-text citations. If you're working in the APA style, as you see, just select APA and then scroll down here and you'll see that the OWL site not only tells you, but it shows you exactly how to lay out your short quotations, your long quotations, your summary or paraphrase. The nice thing about it is that you can just make yours look like this and you'll be fine. Working in MLA instead, not a problem. Just switch over to MLA style, then go to the Formatting and Style Guide, and then to MLA in-text citations, and it will show you the same information, but it will give it to you in the MLA style. So again, very, very helpful site. But wait, there's more. In addition to all this citation stuff in the body of your paper or project, there's also the bibliography page that lists alphabetically the complete citations for all of the sources you've used in your paper or project. So again, the OWL site is one that can help you through this part of the process. If you're using MLA, the MLA bibliography is called a works cited page, and OWL has an entire works cited page worked up here for you, and it includes books, magazines, newspapers, journal articles, just about anything. DVDs are in there. Anything you can think of is going to be there, and it's all formatted correctly, of course. So it's called Works Cited. If you're using MLA, just go and make your page look like this. If it's APA you're doing, well, click over to the APA style, and the APA bibliography is called a reference page. As you can see, citing your sources correctly involves a lot of detail and can be more than a bit frustrating. After our quick review, I'll point you to some additional sources of information to help. But first, let's review what we've covered in this module. We learned about plagiarism, what it is and how to avoid it. We learned about the different styles of citations crediting your sources in the body of your research paper or project. We learned what APA and MLA mean and what subjects these styles generally apply to. We learned about your bibliography page that lists all of your sources alphabetically at the end of your paper or project. Whew, that was a lot. Here are some additional sources that can help you with your citations and citation style. In addition to Purdue's OWL site, there are a number of style guide templates available on the open web. One being EasyBib, which is very popular and embedded in a number of databases, including Credo and ProQuest. Do keep in mind that if you use MLA, it's free. If you use APA, you gotta pay. So that is something to keep in mind, for which we recommend the Son of Citation Machine, which is free for both APA and MLA. So you see, you just select the style you want, APA for example, and then what is it you're citing? A book, a web page, a journal perhaps? Select that. Type in the information from the citation, and then Son of Citation Machine will set the style for you. Also in MLA as well. If you'd rather just talk to an actual human being, come on down to the library at any time and talk to a Mercy reference librarian. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Where I hope this very short video has given you a lot of hints on how to use ABA in case you do MLA style. They've given you a very good picture that you can go to the OWL online writing lab website and look at related resources. And I think in the University of Cal, ELC have a similar website, but it's not as rich as the producer. And then we also have the two excellent resources, the Easy Light Lib, that's the sealant and some of the citation generators. So all of these you need to get used to because you cannot live without them in the rest of your college study. In almost every subject you study, when you're invited on the branch to write a term paper, whatever it is, you need to do citations, all right? Otherwise, you might fall into the trap of plagiarism. That is not good for you, all right? So, having said that, now, I have reserved myself 10 to 15 minutes time to answer questions on your first learning contract. My experience in the first class tells me they would prefer to stay behind to ask me questions because they have given me enough respect for me to finish what I believe is important in class for them. But actually, I'm very much for you. Now, if you believe you need to ask questions on your first learning contract about artifacts, from now to 12:45, I'm here to answer your questions. All right? So let me close today's video camera today.
That's it for today's CISG 114 Section 2 Web Technology and Light for this day, September the 18th, 2014, into the 4th week of the semester. Until next Monday, stay in tune.